Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing two artist trading cards which I made from old packaging. I used two pieces of cardboard and just tear off some of the topping layer, and then I primed both cards with gesso. I have a review today of the Arteza premium mica powders. Arteza was so kind and sent the set with 60 different mica powders to me and asked me to try them out. And today I want to share some ways I used those mica powders in mixed media. Before we will have a closer look on the mica powders, I am preparing the artist trading cards. I use Brushos to create the background. And I also have already some texture on the cards. I used simple texture paste with a stencil, and I just let that dry and then go in with the Brushos and a lot of water. Arteza always offers a 10% off code for all my viewers, and you will find that code in my description box. While my background is drying, I am preparing my focal points for the artist trading cards, and therefore I want to use the mica powders. It's such a big set and the colors are so awesome. I have all arranged in a rainbow order in the box, and they are super shimmery and you have every color you can imagine. I will use butterfly die cuts on the artist trading cards, and here I'm searching for some different colors that will match my artist trading card background. The amount of powder in each bottle is 5 grams, so the height of the powder can be different, but it's has all the same weight. And here is my die cut. It's a butterfly from Holtz, and I used double-sided tape that I stick to white cardstock before I die cut it. And here you see me exposing the sticky side of that tape, and then I go in directly with the mica powder and a brush and just color in the butterfly. I am pretty sure you can use these mica powders in absolutely the same way as you can use perfect pearls, but I am not 100% sure if perfect pearls have any binder in it. The mica powders from Arteza don't have binder because they also can be used for cosmetics. It's on their packaging, it's non-toxic, and it has a cosmetic grade, so you can use it in a lip balm or in a soap or stuff like that. I have never crafted some cosmetics, so I don't really know, but I think it's really great how many options you have with them. So you can even use it as an eyeshadow, for example. What you can also do is, if you have this tattoo glue, you can make nice shimmery tattoos with that powder. This is something that the kids will really enjoy, especially at the moment when there is so much time at home and you need some special things to do. I make sure to cover it up completely so that there is no sticky left on the butterfly. Arteza let me know that they are hosting a daily challenge at the moment for all those people that have to stay at home, and maybe you'd like to check that out. I want to have a little bit of texture on the butterfly, so I am stamping a background stamp with StazOn ink, just slightly to it, and then I will add another powder. And this technique will also work directly on any kind of cardstock. You just stamp your image with StazOn and then use the mica powder and go over it with a brush. And the mica will stick to the stamped areas, so to the StazOn ink, and this creates a really nice background. And here I'm getting a really interesting texture because the darker blue I'm using here just sticks to the stamped areas. The technique with the StazOn ink and the stamping also works really pretty on a black cardstock when you use, for example, gold or any lighter mica powder. And this is what I'm doing with the leftover on my piece of scrap paper. I always use the scrap papers for backgrounds or for collaging later, and here I just use a little bit of fluid medium and just wipe it over the powder, and this will become permanent and you get a really nice shimmer on the paper. Before I stick the butterfly to the artist trading card, I use some stamps to create more texture on the background. I will list all supplies in the description box. I wanted to create a body for the butterfly, and I was curious to know if I can make my own embossing powder with the mica powders. So here you see me using some clear embossing powder, and I'm mixing it with a silver mica powder. The Arteza Mica powders came with a little spoon. It's a really tiny translucent spoon, and you don't see me using it here because I have already lost it on my desk. Now that I'm doing the voiceover, I find it again and I put it back into the box, but it's really small and almost invisible on a messy desk. I wanted to use the pen stamp from Rubber Dance, and I just stamp it with StazOn ink, and then I cover it up with my handmade embossing powder. And here you see that it works pretty good. I have just some of that mica powder around my stamp, but as this is only mica powder, I don't worry too much because it will not melt with the heat tool. So I'm just heat setting everything, and after that I brush off the excess of the mica powder. I think it works pretty good. I believe it will not work on some detailed text stamps, for example, so it might be not good to read, but I'm not sure. And this looks really good, I think, and if you don't have silver embossing powder, you can just use this. It also doesn't come off the stamped image. I wanted to add some black to the pen, but that technique with the watercolor pencil doesn't work. So finally I pull out my drawing ink and dip that pen just directly into the ink. For the second artist trading card, I used the same technique I've used before. I just use two different colors this time because I want to create an ombre effect. And I start with a pink, and then I will blend that into a purple. I'm also doing the same technique I've done before. I use a background stamp together with Versamark and stamp it onto the butterfly, and then I will add another layer of mica powder. And I also use this powder on my piece of scrap paper and fix it with the fluid medium. I add a body to the butterfly that I have also die cut with double-sided tape and covered with almost a black mica powder. To finish the cards up, I've also added some stamping to the other card, and I've added sentiments to each of the cards and some thread under the butterflies. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope we see us next time. Bye!